Alexi from Bline. Can you tell us Bline in a couple of short words? What is it what you all do?
Well, Bline at the moment is the largest integrated telecom services provider in Russia and the CIS. We do the whole range of telecom solutions, both for residential and corporate customers. We are very big in Russia. We are getting bigger in the CIS. And last year we went outside of a traditional area and set up a cluster in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, and you have about 10 billion US dollar sales, good profits, 50 million mobile subscribers.
Well, I mean, the scope and scope of our activities increased significantly last year. So, yes, we do serve approximately more than 50 million mobile subscribers by
Almost
now.
the biggest, eh? Almost the biggest in Russia.
I hope this year we will be the biggest in Russia.
Yeah.
350 million people live in the countries sort of where we operate, so there's still huge potential for growth. Yes, in terms of revenue, you're correct. We crossed the $10 billion mark this year, and we'll continue on track despite the economic crisis that might have slowed down things a little bit. But I think we've got the size and support of people and government and clients, first of all, to get through it.
Yeah. Now, the mobile penetration in Russia is very high. It's 123%. So everybody has more than one mobile phone. How would you say that development of services is developing? I saw that the iPhone is huge here. Is mobile internet taking off?
First of all, you got to be careful when we talk about penetration, because probably you're referring to the SIM cards penetration or the mobile phone penetration. But yes, I mean, the numbers are amazing, especially considering that the penetration went from 10% to 80% within 5 years' time. Mm-hmm. Russians are very well educated, so generally speaking, and people are keen to explore new services, so that we take the advantage of that basically by providing and offering new services. Last year we've launched iPhones. We are very big in residential broadband. We work on the new technologies like DVB-T, 3G, basically the whole range of what the modern communication can offer. We will more or less offer to our subscribers.
Yeah. One thing I thought was very interesting, you started, and I think you came from a company which put fiber to the building. And you do fiber to the building in a very original way. What is that way?
Well, we do it from rooftop to rooftop, and yes, I mean, it's very innovative. In a way, we've got to fight with sort of prejudices from regulators, from some of our sort of industry gurus saying that it's not going to hold, but actually it proved to be a very efficient way of deploying.
Yeah, you just shoot from one roof to the other and then deploy a network inside the building.
Yes, and through that, basically, you get a very fast rollout of networks, and every customer gets a connection up to 100 megabits through Ethernet cable.
How many fiber customers do you have at this moment?
I think at the moment we probably going close to 1 million fiber customers, and the take-up rate is encouraging, so that we see that even despite the crisis, so people are keen on getting internet connection and staying connected.
Yeah. How much do you pay for a fiber connection, and what's the speed that you get for that?
Our pricing policy is sort of is regionally based, but overall I would say average ARPU is $15 a month. For $15 a month, you would probably normally get something between 2 and 4 unlimited megabyte, 2 to 4 megabyte connection unlimited.
Yeah, and synchron. So upload is the same as download.
Yes, normally yes. We do not differentiate.
And then moving from fiber, only broadband, going to TV or to going to voice over IP. How are the developments in those markets?
It's definitely on our agenda. So far, what we see is that demand for naked broadband still prevails. So, and that to some
naked broadband. That's a nice expression.
Yeah, when people just pay for internet access, so they don't want the bells and whistles. They just want to get an access to internet and are happy to pay for that. Yeah. We definitely explore new options. We've launched the IPTV. We continue to work on a media platform, so trying to make it regional, so that people in Krasnoyarsk get the news and everything what's important for Krasnoyarsk. Yeah. So, and we exploring sort of the further options, video on demand, sort of libraries and so on. So we keep on track on innovations, and basically we'll be happy to offer to our customers whatever there is to offer.
Now you have a crisis, and the stock exchange went down 70%, also the value of your company. Is this a real crisis? Is everybody getting very upset about this, or how is this felt inside Russia?
Well, I think so far it's the crisis which you see on the TV and on the sort of exchange rates. Unlike many other countries, Russians experienced a full-blown economic crisis 10 years ago, and compared to what was going on in '98, the current events, it's like a rainy day. It's not even a storm. I mean, yes, of course, the capital markets took a hit, but I think that macroeconomic environment stabilized by now, so that we see that ruble depreciated, but now for more than a month stays within a corridor. The government acts decisively and I think providing the guarantee and security to people. So there's lots of problems, there's lots of obstacles.
But it's a rainy day compared. What happened 10 years ago? How tough was it then?
Well, I mean, I just started my career in '97. I can tell you that '98 came out like bolt out of the blue, lightning out of the blue. What happened is that overnight the currency devalued fourfold, the financial system collapsed, all banks were closed. The government was incapable to do anything, so 4 prime ministers within 1 year. There was huge foreign debt, and basically
companies went bankrupt.
Companies were in pretty bad shape before the crisis, but yeah, most of the small businesses sort of went bust, and people completely lost the remnants of credibility in the government or in the sort of market economy to that extent. But I mean,
that was a crisis.
That was a crisis.
And now,
within 3 years, the economy revived, and I mean, with the crisis come the opportunities. And I think back then we've seen that by 2002 life was much better than in '97, and we hope that this time it's going to be the same again, so that I mean, some reforms will be pushed ahead a bit more aggressively than it is now, and people will change the behavior, which to some extent is a danger, but then again it's an opportunity, so that people become more mobile. More
wasn't Russia making too much easy money with commodities and oil and becoming, I don't want to say sleepingly rich, but that really deferred them from investing in high tech and big infrastructures?
No, I wouldn't say so, because one of the major sort of events of 2008 was that the government set up a Rosnanos, a ghost corporation in charge of developing the nanotechnologies. So, I mean, the government is well aware that they need to diversify from sort of pure resource-based economy, and they're making some steps in that direction. It's just the pace of changes. Well, again, it should be evolution, not revolution. And what concerns the normal people, again, so the Russians in general are pretty well educated and very curious about the new things. I mean, you look at the devices, you look at the cars, you know, so it's...
they love gadgets.
Yeah, I mean, basically. And that's, again, opportunity for them to come.
Thank you very much, Alexander.